Okay, I'm making a video about the AMD uh, AMD RX 290X, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm considering getting one, and I just wanted to give you my opinion on the research that I've done about it over the following days. And I'm not a AMD fanboy. I'll prove that to you right now. If this proves anything, I have a GTX, and I've got this brand new, if you considered RMA brand new, but and I'm more of a, and I like EVGA stuff, and I like EVGA stuff a lot because they have really good warranties, as I experienced with them before. And the reason why I say that this proves something is because EVGA does not make AMD cards, and I really like the EVGA warranties. So what I've been gathering on this AMD RX 9 290 is it there's a lot of, it's very polarizing. Is in, you have a group of people here defending it, and you have a group of people here trashing it. And my opinion is that I've seen benchmarks and I've seen various things about it. Let's talk about the benchmarks. I've seen benchmarks saying it's beating the crap out of the GTX 780 at 4K resolutions, and various things like that. Is beating it at 4K resolutions, and it's like doing everything, beating it. I think the average was 23%. I don't know the numbers after that, but I heard 23% on benchmarks I saw. I don't know if these benchmarks are true or false. I think they're true because they said that they were authorized to be released by AMD. I think they said they gave it a green light to release these games. So, and the reason why it's so polarizing, I think, is one reason why is I think that this is just a theory, but it's not meant to offend anyone. But I think people that are seeing this and they own a GTX 780 and they're seeing their card getting beaten, they might be insulted, or they might be nervous that they laid down the 600 and something dollars for it, and it's getting beat by an AMD card which they think might be cheaper. Well, they shouldn't be really worried because they still got off really nice, because rumors are saying that the AMD card is going to be released for like $700, and it's like $50 more, so they really shouldn't be worried. But and another reason why that I'm excited about this card is because I usually buy a lot of NVIDIA stuff. I buy NVIDIA cards, and I've had a lot of them over the years and various things. The only one I have right now is this one right here, the GTX 560. But and then like again, going back to the benchmarks, they do say it's going to be faster. They say that it could trade blows with the Titan, because take in mind, I think it's like 23% better than a GTX 780, and I think they said the Titan is maybe like 20 to maybe 27% better than the GTX 780. So they're gonna smash together, and it's basically $300 cheaper than the Titan. But we don't know anything, because it could probably beat it and trade blows with it at a 4K resolution. But what if you don't play it at 2160p? What if you play it at let me think of a reasonable thing. Let's say 1080p, which is basically 4K and 1080p. 4K is basically 4 1080p screens. How is it going to perform at a lower resolution? Will it perform worse? Will it perform better? Because it all depends on the reason. It all depends on the drivers, if it performs better or worse. Like, the drivers might be optimized for 4K a little bit pretty well, or as good as NVIDIA, but when they release the drivers, take in mind the drivers for the Titan and GTX 780 are very old. What I mean by that is they're actually developed, well matured. It's kind of like a a not macho 40-year-old MMA fighter against a infant in sort of terms of the drivers, because one is in beta and the other one's fully released and 6 months old with time to make tweaks and improvements to make it run well. So basically, it could be up in the air, and I think that this card actually has a chance of succeeding because of its price point, which could be anywhere from 700 to like 500 or 560, because they include a game with it. Like I think they included Battlefield 3, and if that, and then when they run out of those codes, they might start selling it for like $100 cheaper. And then on top of that, the performance will be improved because the drivers will be out of beta. They'll be better and stuff like that. So basically, my opinion on these cards is it's up in the air. No one knows what's going to happen. They could flop and not have the money to improve the drivers. No one buys the card, and maybe Nvidia's response was their GTX 780 Ti might crush the R9, excuse me, the R9 290X chances of doing well. Or since they might want to keep the Titan the top of the line card, it might only be 10 or 20%, 10 through 20% better than the GTX 780, because there's not that much of a margin between the Titan and there, maybe like 20%, and then this R9 290X is supposed to be like 20% better, so it can trade blows with Titan. Why would they release a card if they want to keep Titan this sort of fabulous high-end card? Why would they release a cheaper card that's as good as the Titan for like $700 just to compete with the R9 290X? It's so you don't know if it's going to be better because they have this top of the line card, and they want to keep maybe the Titan is here and the 780 is here. Why would they release a 780 that's as good as the Titan to trade blows with the R9 290X? It's just so confusing because of how their things are, the performance of the 780 Ti and the Titan. What is there going to be? Is it going to perform, the 780 Ti, is it going to be better than the Titan? Or is the Titan going to beat it in some aspects, but the TID, oh gosh, I can't speak, the 780 Ti gonna beat it in some aspects? Are they going to be just as good? How are they going to justify the $1,000 price tag of the Titan when they're trying to compete with the 780 Ti against the R9 290X with the prices? It's just, what is going to happen with the Titan? Are they going to lower the price of the Titan maybe to the same price as the 780 Ti? It's just, and the thing is they announced it, but they didn't announce specs of it, so it's so unknown. I just really wish that we could figure out. And if you want to know my honest end opinion after saying all this stuff, I really hope it wasn't confusing. If it was, I'm sorry, but I hope that this, I don't know, Nvidia might have to worry a little bit, but I honestly think my end opinion is the R9 290X and the Nvidia GTX GeForce or whatever, GeForce GTX 780 and the GeForce GTX 780 Ti are probably a desperate, maybe they're reasonable, maybe they're well planned, but they might be desperate, they might be various other things, response to AMD and what they're doing. So if AMD does make a really good strong market push with this new card, and its Intel's response was the Ti version of the 780 GTX or whatever. Will they be good? And I honestly think that this card has a chance against Nvidia. It has, and Nvidia's Ti has a chance. At least we don't know, but it probably has a chance against the R7. But I honestly think that AMD has more of a chance because of the Titan's price. The Ti is supposed to be as good as the RX 90, but the R9 290X is supposed to be good as the Titan. Maybe the Titan is this one, and this is the 90. And then they have to release the 780 Ti, which might be a little good, better, and then Titan's only good by like 1 or 2 or 3%. So how are they going to justify an extra $300 for an only a 3% increase in performance? That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope you found my thoughts about this useful. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you might have learned something. I hope you might have a new perspective on it. But I think AMD is going to do pretty well, and I'm probably going to get one of these cards. I'm not going to get it when it first comes out, but when I do get it and I get it in my PC, I will try to do benches of it. It probably won't be very accurate, but I will do benches of it, and I will compare it to benches of similar spec to the thing, and I'll just report on it when I get the card. It might be like 5 months, but thanks for listening. I hope you found this informative, and bye.